to answer the question that we are asking to ourselves. Well, that's a very interesting question that we always have been asked. Why Mexico? What is so special of this country that has so many UFO sightings and those weird sightings and those weird stories and those wonderful and exciting cases? But I must say that, first of all, we officially don't know exactly, but we have some clues about it, because as our background is suggesting, we have some wonderful cultures like the Mayan culture in our background. We have also some places in Mexico that are very magnetic places, very energetic places, like the Silent Zone, for example, in Mexico City, the ceremonial sites like the pyramid sites, Teotihuacan, and all those old ceremonial sites. We have the volcanoes. But most of all, we are very confident that is because of the people, the Mexican people. The Mexican people is very religious-oriented, open-minded. We are very spiritual-oriented people. And since this UFO wave began back in 1991, the reaction of the people was wonderful. They were very open. They go out to the streets from their homes and from their offices to watch the sky because UFOs were appearing, and there was no panic, there was an excitement. Also the media got attracted, and at the same time our government always have been very cool about that, has not taken an aggressive reaction, has not trying to cover up. So I think all these kind of conditions settled the scenario. So these manifestations, this activity began increasing. So I think, and I'm convinced that the people attitude is the main reason why there are so many UFO sightings and so many cases and stories in Mexico. Well, you know, the 2012 Mayan Prophecies is right now the topic of the moment, you know. Of course, we have been discussing so much about the global warming of the world and other issues, and also the Mayan prophecies that all the time have been very popular among people. Now is taking more interest, not only among the people, but also among the scientists and the researchers. There is a lot of mystery about those prophecies, especially about the 2012. In Mexico, we have our own opinions, our own feelings about the 2012. We are not thinking that it's the end of the world. We are not feeling that this is a sign of catastrophes announced by the old Mayans. We are feeling that indeed this is, like the Mayans said, a change of our evolution, a change of our perceptions, maybe a change to our senses, and we are confident waiting that 2012 to come as quickly as possible, to come to a new era. You know, maybe all these sightings and all this activity and all these weird things that we are seeing in the sky are signs, true signs, that are announcing this change that will be concluded in 2012. We are confident on that, but at the end, and yet, it's still a mystery, and it will depend on every people's interpretation, what everybody can expect. In Mexico, we have the best expectation for 2012. Well, you see, at this moment, is more let's say that not to acknowledge the UFO phenomena is almost naive, you know. I mean, it's more difficult to try to ignore that UFOs exist than to understand that this is a reality. I mean, there is no question about it. The UFOs exist. This is a reality. We have been more than 15 years witnessing UFO activity. We have scores of evidence stories documented on video, not only by normal people, but also by authorities, military, all over the world. So I think that at this moment, the UFO phenomena has proved, definitely has proved to be a reality, and we have learned a big deal for the past 50 years about it. And I think that in this new millennium, we have been so lucky to have survived and to see these new evidences that are appearing right now, telling us more clearly what this reality means to us. I think that we have now the technology and the tools to have a better understanding through analysis and study what this phenomena means, what this reality means, what its presence means, and we are now more prepared than in the past to understand and continue learning, because this is a learning process for a future contact that is going to present maybe very soon, after we realize and after we understand and accept that we are prepared for this contact, and we are looking forward to that. So there is no doubt about it, and has been established many times. UFO is a reality. The UFO phenomenon is a reality. Yes, of course. As a researcher, I feel very privileged because since the 70s, when I decided to become an active researcher, it was because I was so convinced and was so fascinated with this phenomena. And now, for all of us researchers, this is an authentic and a real crusade in which we are completely devoted, in whole life, completely devoted to this crusade, because we feel that this is our task, this is our mission. We have been guided in this task. We have been guided because we are the messengers. If you know what I mean, we are the messengers to the people. We are like the messengers who receive this information from above, these evidences, these stories, these cases, and we have to release this information so the people could learn about this reality. So we are certainly privileged, and we are very glad to feel that we have been guided from above, by other intelligence, to do this task, to do this job.